I mean, it was not easy dealing with Carroll O'Connor, whose feet I kiss for what he brought to it. But it was difficult. I mean,
Well, talk about that. So because that's a huge part of being a producer, is both recognizing that talent and knowing that you may have to put up with something to take full advantage of it. So what were the challenges there, and how did you learn? What was your style dealing with people like that?
well, my style developed. I don't know that I, started. So I know that. Here's my history with Carroll O'Connor. I came out to California I was based in New York at the time. I came out to California to read a half a dozen actors, among them Mickey Rooney. Carroll O'Connor came in, sat down, read a page for me, and that was it. I mean, that was it. It's so interesting, you write your character, and then the actor comes in, and he's delivered half of what you wanted. It's not yours anymore; it's ours, and that was it was his Archie, and I said, "What are you doing?" He was imitating a cab driver that he knew in New York, and that was his Archie. And I said, "You got it. I want you." And he said,
That's a bad negotiating tactic, by the way.
He knocked me out. And but he asked if, and this is where he was, if he could come back. How long was I going to be here? I said 4 days. He said, "Can I come back in a few days? I'll give you a call." I said, "Yes." He came in. He said he'd worked on the script. And we read a few pages. And I guess that's when I mean, to the extent there was a me that was the answer to the question you raised, I said, "Carroll, I'm going to write the scripts. I don't want to talk about why I think what you've done is less than what we have. If you can't do this, you can't do this. But I want you to do it." Anyway, and that's how we started our relationship. He came to work, and every single script we went over some kind of.
So that was that.
Sometimes his questions made for a better script, and sometimes he refused to do something that I knew he should be doing.
And that was the ongoing process from that point forward.
From that point on.
And again, how delicate these things, how fragile casts are. I mean, what Jean Stapleton brought, and how she defined Archie, and how she made that world accessible to people. Was that instant too? You knew right away?
Oh, yes, I had the same experience with her when she read. Same experience. We'd been on the air just a few weeks when people would ask me, "What's Jean Stapleton like?" And I remember the first time I said, "She's always where she is." And then realized, holy shit, she's always where she is. What a statement that is. What a strong statement it is. Because as the father at that time of 3 kids, I'm not sure I knew it then, that I wasn't always where I was.
Right.
But I'd like to have been always where I was the way she was.
Yeah, that's something we could all benefit from.